In ancient times, griffins were known to be as greedy as dragons, always hoarding their bits and other treasures. But all that changed when King Grover found the mysterious golden idol of Boreas. Legend says that the idol of Boreas was made from the dust of golden sunsets, blown across the mountains by the north winds. Possessing the idol of Boreas filled the griffins' hearts with pride. It is said that one great treasure is responsible for turning Griffonstone into the most majestic kingdom in all the land. And it turned them all into selfish little money-grubbing whores.
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, Toon.
Hey, if I wasn't going to say it, someone else would.
Oi! That is uncalled for, sir. I'll have you know we Griffins are a proud and noble race that's known for, not being dicks to people.
So, hashtag not all griffins?
I hate you.
Who are you again?
The cult of personality.
After a pretty decent number of episodes, it's nice to finally get back to the castle map. And in doing so, the lost treasure of Griffonstone drives back to it with a bang. And it's no surprise either, I loved this episode. But this one is in my top 5 of the season. World and lore exploring with the stylish art style, a story about character redemption done better, and lastly...
Gilda's back and the fandom can finally shut up now?
Again, we're getting too ahead of ourselves, aren't we? Well, let's take it from the top. Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie are summoned by the map to Griffonstone, the living culture of, well, griffins. Right from the start, this episode breaks away of what could have been the result of shoehorning in all of the main characters. This was a bit of a problem in past seasons. It's also well aware of how Twilight feels about not being able to go.
No. If the map wanted me to go to the coolest kingdom in all of Equestria and tour the palace and see the actual idol that unites an entire species, which would be super amazing, I'm sure it would have said so.
Yeah, you keep doing those princessy things, Twilight. Like... Upon arriving in Griffonstone, we see that the place is completely trashed. Talk about a wild party. The Griffins are full of greed and rely on only bits, not to mention they're kinda dicks. They have, no defining characteristics other than the wanting bits and just being jerks. Also, we see Gilda return. You know, she isn't that great of a character, you guys. Oh, hey, voice, how's it go? Whoa, God, ow, oh, God, okay, that's not where that's supposed to go. Ow, okay, that hurts, okay, that hurts.
Since Griffin the Brush-Off, a lot of fans have wanted this character to make an appearance again. At the same time, a lot of us wanted to see more Griffins. And it's understandable since Griffins are a well-favored race. They're well-designed, they have 2 body types of animals we adore, and to see a race like them in a franchise that was originally intended for little girls, it's quite fascinating. Back when I reviewed Season 3, I talked about the possibility of other characters making a return. Unfortunately, I was informed that characters like Chrysalis returned in the comics. From this point on, I was asking about whether or not the comics were canon. The reason being is because they used the comic books card as an excuse of the show not covering what some of us wanted to see in the show cover, such as Chrysalis and even the backstories of Cadence and Shining Armor, a debate that's been going on since a Canterlot wedding. While I can appreciate external media, seeing the fans use the comic book card is just flat out annoying to me. I know I shouldn't be dwelling on not getting what I want, but if you have to use external resources to know characters that was made at a one-time appearance in an episode, I'm sorry, but that is a cop-out, especially when the show is about characters and relations. But because of how much of a sour introduction I was given from this, it's also why I avoided the comics for the longest time possible. With that said, when I saw Gilda return, the one statement in the back of my mind was, "Thank you, DHX, was it really that hard to bring a character back?" But it wasn't just bringing a character back, it was done for the sole purpose of what's important to the show. But there's a personal side that I wanted to share on behalf of Gilda's return. What the?
Teach you to mess with my hat again, you little red team bugger.
Do I want to know?
Nope. Thing is, about Gilda, I'm sort of in the same boat. For some reason, people really picked up on Gilda despite the sour introduction she had in the first season. This fandom confuses me sometimes because there were many fans divided with people thinking she could come back and be a better character, and then there were some who just didn't like her at all, and then there were those neutral fans who just drew Gilda because she, well, looked cool. Was there really that high of a demand for Gilda? Because we got it now. And now that she's got more character to her, people want her even more. Geez, first it was Trixie, then it was Gilda. Who's next?
In this episode, Gilda is fleshed out more as we see Pinky interact with her. Gilda is struggling to make a profit off of selling Griffin scones.
Well? What? You like it? That's my Grandpa Gruff's secret recipe.
I don't even want to know what that tastes like.
Man, where's a Chef Ramsay pony when you need one?
Meanwhile, Dash is out to retrieve the idol of Boreas, which used to keep Griffonstone in prime condition. Explained in a very stylish illustration, the kingdom was held by the king possessing the idol until it was lost by a monster in a rainstorm by our Mosby. He stole the idol, but it was gone after a deadly fall into the abysmal abyss, a pit from a broken bridge at the entrance struck by lightning. Since then, the kingdom fell apart, and Dash thinks that retrieving it will help.
This roots back to what the Cutie Map did with Dash, and that was representing the audience's expectation of the episode to be adventure-based. In a way, it kind of is, since there was new land explored, but it's also about what needs to be done within the culture. When pondered upon, restoring the kingdom by the idol of Boreas would result in making the Griffins remain greedy.
But it doesn't even end there. As Dash attempts to fly down to retrieve the idol, a strong and dangerous gust swings Dash upward, unable to retrieve it. When rock climbing downward, she gets injured after the rope snaps.
Ow! My hoof! Help! Throw me another rope!
You got bits?
Wait!
Oh, you son of a bitch. I don't care how greedy the culture's mentality is. There is no way anyone would get this ruthless and leave someone in a perilous situation.
Clearly you haven't met Courtney from Total Drama, but you know what? That's alright. You know what? It's good. It's all groovy. And you know what they say? Payback's a bitch.
Dude, what the hell did you do?
Oh, nothing. Let's just say I put her out of business.
I wouldn't be too sure.
Oh, fuck, she's coming this way.
Oh, shit!
Oh, God!
Ugh. You are so paying for my hospital bill.
Right after you pay mine. Do you know how hard it is to get a rocket launcher unburied out of someone's ass?
You brought me into this.
Shut up. Get me my hat. And a bottle of aspirin for my raging headache and leg ache and all over ache.
So Pinky discovers that Dash is in trouble. So she goes to get help from Gilda. She first rejects the favor, but then we get a flashback of when they first met at Junior Speedsters flight camp. This once again stems back to when Gilda's character is fleshed out. The flashback adds weight to these two interactions of how much of an impact was given from their separate ways occurring way back in Griffin the Brush-Off.
Whoa, that was freaky.
Silver, what the hell are you doing here?
I felt a disturbance in the fandom, as if hundreds of fanfic writers cried out and were suddenly silenced.
Ooh, yeah. Let us all have a moment of silence, dear people, for the headcanons and fanfics that died on this episode. Well, that was fun. Who wants pizza?
You're an asshole, Toon Critic, you know that?
For the record, Toon, you are 17 flavors of dark.
I know. Wrong Halo. Anyway, the Junior Speedsters, as we can tell from the flashback, was sort of a major cornerstone in Gilda's life. A Griffin going to what we can see is a predominantly pony school is rather frightening to someone so different, and from her introverted intro with Rainbow, she's probably as shy as, well, Fluttershy. So Dash befriending her may have been the first time she's ever come out of her shell. We can gather from the point that she became more extroverted and social, leading to her happier life, until the whole Fall Empire thing, who's it? Though the memories were long ago, we can tell Gilda highly cherishes that moment, giving her that push to see past her hatred to go rescue Rainbow. It's a simple but powerful scene of one turning face in a logical and meaningful way. And wow, that was just some really nice backstory. I feel like I understood more about Gilda now. Would have been nice had we gotten more of this in, Season 1.
Yeah, but we never would have gotten some form of closure.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, I see what they did there.
During Gilda's attempts to rescue Rainbow Dash, all three of them are trapped where Gilda has both Pinkie and Dash in her grip. However, she discovers the idol across her reach where she's confronted on what's more important. As obvious, she saves Pinkie and Dash instead as the idol falls further down into the abyss.
And just like that, there goes any hope of restoring the kingdom's pride and prestige and making Griffonstone the awesome kingdom that it's supposed to be. But hey, at least we've got scones!
As cliche and predictable this scene is, it's fitting to Gilda's confrontation of her feelings to Rainbow Dash after Pinkie's actions earlier on, and what moral is brought to the episode. As Gilda is encouraged to interact with the other Griffins, this opens the opportunity to find another way to regain value to the kingdom. Instead of relying on a valuable item, all it takes is interaction with others and friendship.
Don't you mean...
Friendship?
Haha, the show poked fun at itself.
Okay, that was cheesy. But there's something I'm willing to bet on what Season 5 is doing. With a map of what place a character is summoned to, it is where friendship is spread. This is fitting since Lauren Faust originally planned on making adventure-based episodes, and the map is there to provide that sense of adventure, and keep the moral side intact. If that's the case, I'm all for it. What do you think of this episode overall, Toon? I realize I spent most of the time fooling around.
Yeah, but nobody comes to these reviews for reviewing, do they? I mean, that'd be silly. They're just here to watch us suffer and hope we pander to them by saying this episode was perfect and there's nothing wrong with it, or unless Fox refrains from being too critical. In all seriousness, this episode achieves its goal of bringing Gilda back and making her likable and interesting, something that I realize now they couldn't have done in the beginning. Sometimes you need to build characters to be flawed, brutal, or just not likable at first. The fandom takes one look at these characters and makes them their own, redesigning them and believing they can be fixed. They're put up on pedestals, and then the show makes them come back and does something right. And then the fans are happy too. Unless their fanfic dies, then it's a whole other story. But other than Gilda, is this a good episode? Well, yeah, I think so. It does have some plot holes, but I enjoyed it. Pinkie and Dash are on point in this episode, as is Gilda, and it's good to see the two of them teaming up and getting to be themselves in a new environment. Plus, yay for more world building. You can't go wrong with that.
I, for one, loved this episode. While it does have a slight pacing issue as it takes quite a while to finally get to Griffonstone, it provides world building with a sense of adventure, has a semi-mature tone and a style of historical background of the Griffins, and includes a nice callback to a Season 1 character. All of this provided an important lesson about making friends in conjunction of repolishing their homeland. As I said before, I'd be open to more of the map and its spreading of lessons of friendship. Yes, Toon, it does sound cheesy. Shut up. While I'm not a huge fan of Gilda, it's nice to have her back again and give more development than before. This is how you bring back a longtime character well in contrast to Trixie. Now, if bringing characters back like Lightning Dust and such instead of using the comics would be nice.
Fox, no, the fandom can only take so many ships. At this rate, we'll have more ships than the Navy.
Until next time, I'm GoldenFox.
And I'm the Toon Critic, keeping you totally tuned for your viewing. Oh shit, she's back!
Run away! Run away!
Yeah, you better run. All fairs and love and war my ass. That was my sister's home. You better be paying for it.
We've got to have money.